At MIT Solve, we find and support promising social entrepreneurs with solutions to pressing global challenges. In 2021, thanks to our partners, we have nearly $2 million in funding for Solver teams, plus access to MIT's innovation ecosystem and the Solve community. We are looking for our next class of innovators tackling one of these 5 global challenges. Challenge 1: Digital inclusion. More than half of the global population remains disconnected from the online world, unable to digitally access jobs, trainings, and markets. Connecting the rest of the world could add $6.7 trillion to the economy and lift 500 million people out of poverty. How can everyone have access to the digital economy? Challenge 2: Health security and pandemics. The world was unprepared for COVID-19, with more than 2 million lives lost to the pandemic, and underserved populations hit the hardest. To reduce the risk of future threats, we must address the weaknesses in our health systems. How can communities prepare for, detect, and respond to emerging pandemics and health security threats? Challenge 3: Equitable classrooms. An estimated 1.5 billion primary and secondary learners have had their education disrupted by the pandemic. This exacerbates pre-existing inequalities around wealth, gender, linguistics, ethnic and geographic lines. How can all young learners have access to quality, safe, and equitable learning environments? Challenge 4: Resilient ecosystems. Humans have degraded over 75% of the Earth's land area. Functioning ecosystems are the backbone of society, and they are in dire need of restoration and preservation. How can communities sustainably protect, manage, and restore their local ecosystems? Challenge 5: Anti-racist technology in the US. Black, Indigenous, and people of color in the US have created resilient and culturally rich communities despite centuries of institutionalized racism and oppression. The pandemic and a new wave of harmful technologies have further exacerbated disparities in the US. How can communities of color use technology to advance racial equity and access economic opportunity, health, and safety? If you have tech-based solution to one of these challenges, you could be one of our next Solver teams.